Peace, peace, peace. Can y'all hear me? Peace. Peace. 1 2 1 2. Peace. Let me stop that. Let me see if we got people in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Can you hear me? Am I coming in good? Let me know. We're going to give everybody like 30 more seconds to get in here and we're going to get started. Remember, hit the like button, fire emojis, all that good stuff. Peace, McNasty. Automech. Thank you for the fire emojis. All right, loud and clear. All right, we're going to give everybody like 20 more seconds, 30 more seconds, and we're going to get started. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, we can get started now. Shout out to everybody in the building. It's East Coast Kev in the building. Are you in the building? Because I'm gonna do these shows that you requested. So we couldn't get to it yesterday. We couldn't get to it the day before. So we're gonna start off the show with that. Are you in the building? I guess not, but we're gonna still do it. Shout out to everybody in the building. I think first things first, we're gonna start off with Afro Think Tank. Shout out to everybody in the building. This Afro Think Tank, you already know, friend of the channel. Salute to the brother Afro Think Tank. Make sure y'all go subscribe to bro channel. He be doing a lot of good work, a lot of positive work. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this.
What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. I want to address Dennis Sperling. Dennis Sperling. He seems to be one of the, probably, I would say, one of the main FBA social media commentators. He went from being red pill manosphere to FBA. That's his thing, right? That's what he's moved over to, right? And so one of the main issues that FBA says.
Oh yeah, don't forget Dennis Sperling. Before that, used to be a rapper. Used to rap in Spanish. We got that video. I'm still waiting for CD No Handle to come back so we could do that video. CD No Handle. If you in the building, let me know.
They need is delineation because they're tired of the African people, immigrants, coming to America and pretending to be African Americans, right? So this is their gripe, and they're saying that they're tethering themselves to the African American culture. Okay. Now, at the same time, they want you to recognize that African Americans are the predominant, most popular culture on the planet. But then they complain that African people who historically look up to African Americans because we have been in the media the longest, right? And we accomplished a lot of things that would inspire another African person, right? And would also inspire another African person who see another African person like themselves doing something. Of course, they would want to emulate that. That, right, is proof that your culture is popular. So simultaneously, FBA has a problem with African people, quote unquote, pretending to be African Americans in America. Now, the issue.
So right, so good so far. And I would like to add also, this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't, because again, that's not that's not the only issue they have. They have the other issue of oh, y'all separating from us. Y'all come to America. Y'all don't want to be bothered with us. Y'all go live in different neighborhoods. Y'all don't come to our events. Y'all don't hang out with us. So yeah, FBA, everything he said is correct. But the other side of that is they also say what I just said. See, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. They're just looking for an excuse to hate on other black people. You hang out with them, you emulate them, you cosplaying, you stealing stuff. You go do your own thing. You have nothing to do with them. Oh, you separating yourself from us. Why are you trying to distance yourself from us? And they got a problem with that too. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
The issue with that is African people cannot cosplay other African people.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm happy Afro Think Tank said that because, again, I have said that before. They can't cosplay us. They are us. We are them. Ain't no cosplaying. Like, did people cosplay when they was doing the Black Panther movie? Was it cosplaying for all these black actors that have been who played all these Africans? Wasn't it like, didn't we have like 6 different Native Black American actors play Nelson Mandela? Were they cosplaying? Was Forrest Whitaker cosplaying Idi Amin? Was he cosplaying a Ugandan when he played Idi Amin? No.
It's impossible because we're African, right? No matter how much you hate yourself, African people cannot cosplay African people. Because if that's the case, then when an African American puts on a dashiki, that African American is cosplaying African culture. When an African American puts on a kufu on his head, he's cosplaying African culture. When an African American cooks black eyed peas, he is cosplaying African culture. When a black American jumps a broom after he gets married, he is cosplaying African culture. When a black American
wait, I don't think that the jumping of the broom came from Africa. I don't think so. I don't think that jumping of the broom came from Africa, but I may be wrong. But yeah, he's cooking right now. So let me let bro cook.
Dances and shakes that black American ass, he is cosplaying African culture. If we were to use the same definition, but we're not. We're simply practicing African American culture, which is African culture over here. Now, Dennis Sperling is supposed to be a lawyer, so I'm supposed to assume that he's highly intelligent. So what that tells me is he knows he's wrong, but because he has personal gripes in his own personal life, he likes to project that onto society. He married a Dominican woman, so therefore he's making a non-FBA child. So is this child non-FBA? His child would be non-FBA, but he has a problem with non-FBA, right? Listen, African people, when they come to America and they assimilate within black culture, it's because they live with us. And he's supposed to be from Virginia, so he knows how things operate here in this area, which he say he's from, right? So that means his observational skills are terrible, all right?
Nah, I don't agree with that. His observational skills work. He's just a grifter. Dennis Sperling is just a grifter. That's just what it comes down to. He's a grifter. Like you stated before, he was red pill, manosphere, riding the Kevin Samuels wave. He didn't have the charisma to keep it going, so he jumped to FBA because FBA is easier to grift than the red pill, manosphere, Kevin Samuel types content.
Because if a black person, this is common sense, guys. If a black person comes to a black community and is raised with black people, they tend to act like the people they raised with. Just like we got those white people who are raised in the black community, they tend to act because they participate in the culture of the dominant community, which is, in fact, those black people they live with. Therefore, they're going to act like that, right? So you can't have, at the same time, an African coming to the African American community and not participating in the African American culture. Had they done that, FBA would say, oh, you guys want to separate. You guys don't want to assimilate into the culture. You guys don't want to be a part of the African American culture.
See, I didn't watch this video, and he's saying the same thing I just said about them, about how it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If the Africans didn't assimilate into the culture, FBA would have a problem with that and be talking about, oh, they trying to separate. They think they better than us. So yeah, it's just about attacking Africans. It's just about attacking black immigrants, period. Nothing more, nothing less. That's just what it's about.
Come here and you make your own communities and you don't participate in African American culture. That's what you would say. But when they do participate in African American culture, now you're saying, oh, you're cosplaying African Americans. You're trying to be like African Americans. You're trying to steal African American culture. Which one is it? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You see, FBA has set up a trap to where Africans can do no right no matter what they do, because it's a cult. And Dennis Sperling is one of the people who are perpetuating the cult, using his vocabulary to trick uneducated and unaware people to believe that what he's saying is right and righteous. Dennis Sperling wants to justify his delineation because of his own personal experiences, and he wants to have an army of delineators to go with him. He's also grifting and making money off it, right? Because it's just his way of grifting. But in fact, FBA, they want to tether themselves to white supremacy, white systems, white nations, white concepts of social cohesion. You see, FBA wants to assimilate into whiteness, right? While we have our brothers and sisters trying to assimilate into our blackness. They're black, they're assimilating to our blackness. You see, people like Dennis Sperling, they're trying to perpetuate this thing called flat blackness, right? They're trying to make being black and being unified and being similar to other black people, they're trying to make that a derogatory thing. They're trying to come up with this. If you hear any black person say flat blackness, right, just know that is their reasoning. I hear a couple other stuff.
Yes, exactly. That came from Yvette Carnell. Yeah, that's nonsense. And again, like I always say, like when white supremacy, when the steamroller of white supremacy hits you, you will be flat and you will be black. Every time they say something like that, like, oh, it's just flat blackness. Yeah, we live in America. There will be flat blackness.
Social media people repeating that flat blackness. Let me ask you a question. Anybody, is there anything flat about being black? Pick any group of black people on this planet. Show me the flatness of it. Black people are the most diverse group of people on the planet. It's impossible to be flat black. There's no such thing as flat black. The only thing flat are white people and their asses. That's the only thing flat. All right? There's nothing flat about blackness. There's nothing flat about being African. There's nothing generic about being African. There's no such thing as a generic African, in which FBA is trying to push to say, hey, we special African-American Negroes need to make sure we stay special, and we don't want to get mixed up with those Africans, those plain regular Africans, those vanilla Africans. But in fact, there's no such thing as a plain vanilla African. You've never seen it. You've never heard of it. Now, another thing, FBA, the ones that have a couple brain cells to put together sentences, right? They like to push the narrative that African people want to steal our reparations. Nowhere in human.
Also, that's another FBA lie. That's the original FBA lie used to justify all the xenophobia before the old cosplaying, they trying to separate, all that other stuff. The original FBA talking point to justify pushing hate was, oh, we got to do this because they're trying to steal our reparations, or we got to do this because if we don't delineate, the government don't know who is who, so they're not going to give us reparations. Yes.
African black ass history has an African wanted to steal African Americans reparations. Nowhere in black ass history has a Caribbean wanted to steal African American reparations. There are no videos because if you notice, FBA, they don't prove anything they say. They pretend they're offended about shit that never happened. They made up Akana. The first time you heard the word Akana, an African American said it. You ain't never heard an African say it. You ain't never heard a Nigerian call you Akana. You have never heard it, but yet they've manufactured it and made themselves pissed off about it so they can be offended about something.
Exactly. Facts. Thank you, East Coast Kev, for sending me this video. Afro Think Tank really teach it. And thank you for setting it off with the $5. Family, if you want to support the channel, you can also support it. PayPal, Cash App, Super Thanks. We take it all. And if you can't support monetarily, you know what to do. Thumbs up, share the stream, hype points, fire emojis, hit that reaction heart. Yeah. I when I first was covering Dennis Sterling, people told me he was Trinidadian. I didn't even know that was true or not. But they told me, yeah, Trinidadian. And they said he was rapping in Spanish too. He was doing like some type of reggae tone or something like that before he started doing all these other weirdo grifts. Yeah, let's get back to Afro Think Tank. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got like 70 people in the building.
They need to be offended about it. That's how it works, right? You've never found any Caribbean or African say they want African American reparations. What you may have heard them say is they want also reparations because just like us, they were enslaved and colonized. I understand FBA comprehension and understanding of history makes it so they believe that African Americans are the only group of Africans that were enslaved and went through anything. I understand that the FBA don't understand that it was the British and European countries and corporations that enslaved us, not the entity that we've created called America. That America is the amalgamation of those entities, those corporations that decided to say they didn't want to pay taxes to the crown for slavery, so they decided to incorporate it and do it themselves. Here, and create a constitution to fight against their own people in order to keep us as slaves and keep all the profit. That is the truth, right? So since they don't understand history, they think that they're the only ones who was enslaved, not understanding that Caribbeans, that most FBA are from the Caribbean, because all of us came from the Caribbean, because there was an American slave trade that happened after the Atlantic slave trade, where we were transported from plantation to plantations, which were corporately owned by rich-ass Europeans who would come here, tend to their slaves, take all the profit to Europe, right, and make a ton of money.
Exactly. Remember, the first group of slaves that came here in Virginia, and the enslaved Africans who came here in Virginia in 1619 was from Jamaica. Most of them was from Jamaica. The ones who came here from the Carolinas came from, I think, Barbados. Yeah, and on and on and on. On and on and on. Like, yeah, he came from the Caribbean, and people was bouncing back and forth. Louisiana, but I know that Tariq said New Orleans is a Caribbean satellite, so I don't know if I should bring that one up. But yeah, exactly.
Right? So when they hear Caribbeans say they want reparations, when they hear Africans say they want reparations, because they can't comprehend history, they don't know anything, they think that Africans want their reparations, right? They don't even want to acknowledge that colonization and slavery are the same thing. It's just this one had to take a cab ride to a different location. They don't understand it. We are fighting ignorance. And people like Dennis Sperling, who is supposed to be educated, by the way, all right, he is making money off the ignorance of others. And he is spewing mis and disinformation. And that's the problem with FBA and people like Dennis Sperling, who know they can grift off uneducated African Americans who don't know their history, don't know the complexity of the transatlantic slave trade, the American slave trade, human migration, don't know the story of their own people. You, the Caribbean and the South American, you all come from the same place. Your root is the same root. You are the same people. Your family, your race supersedes any nationality or ethnicity placed upon you by your enslavers. Your root, your race is more important, should be more significant than you, than the language of your enslavers, English and Spanish and French. So yeah, Dennis Sperling and those FBA are xenophobic, hateful, ethno-nationalists who tether to white supremacy, tether towards the institutions of white supremacy, right? Because they are more comfortable there. And me as a Pan-African.
Also, remember, he's doing a good job. I ain't want to cut him off because he's really teaching. But also, you got to remember, it's a white nationalist psyop. They're not just tethered to the white supremacists. They are a psyop. They are a psyop. They was created for this very purpose, which they are doing right now.
I'm more tethered to my people, my African people, the future of the planet. So you can go with them or you can go with us. You have a choice. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment sections. Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach them. I'm out.
Yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe to Bro channel. Thumbs up the video. Y'all should thumbs up the video too. It's called FBA versus Pan-Africanism, the debate dividing Black America. That's the name of the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got about 100 people in the video building. We go into this another friend of the channel, Dreamerspro. I didn't know Dreamerspro had a political channel. I think I knew, but I couldn't find it. But that's why, because it's not called Dreamerspro. It's called his real name. I guess that's his real name. I'm going to subscribe to Bro channel. This is another channel I found out. Another video I found out via East Coast Kev. Shout out to East Coast Kev again. But yeah, let's get into this. He's talking about Laura Loomer and MAGA still crying about Obama all these years later. Let's get into that. Let me make sure my audio is good. It's good. All right, cool. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I want to welcome you.
Yeah, another friend of the channel. Let me thumbs this video up right now because I already know it's going to be fire.
Guys, another episode of Here's What I Think. So let's get straight into today's topic here. So as you guys know, we're constantly calling out the hate that emanates from this MAGA movement. And the more we talk about it, the more we're finding like-minded people to kind of join the movement that we have going here. Also, I want to thank you guys for helping us to get to 30,000 subscribers. It's very humbling. We just started this channel in January, and I didn't think that we'd get here this fast. I also want to give a big shout out to my pops for encouraging me to keep doing this because, damn, at first I didn't even think I could do it, but here we are, all the glory to God. Anyway, let's continue on. So you guys, I'm always calling out MAGA and making.
Hey, before we get started, shout out to Dreamerspro. Shout out to East Coast Kev for the double up. Oh, I don't know. But again, this is the nature of hateful organizations. If you remember, Adolf Hitler taught that, you know, the blonde hair, blue eye was the superior German, whatever the case may be. Adolf Hitler did not have blonde hair, did not have blue eyes, had Jewish ancestry, but he taught all that hate. And it was a bunch of hate that he himself couldn't live up to. Joseph Goebbels talked about the Nazis talking about euthanizing useless eaters and the disabled and all that other stuff. Joseph Goebbels had, like, I think a club foot or something like that. He couldn't even walk straight. But the Nazis was killing people for less, for disabilities less than that. Like, that's how hateful groups work. They come up with these weird standards. They attack people based on these weird standards that they themselves can't even live up to. They can't even live up to. But yeah, let's get into this video.
My feelings known, and I said that they have this racist streak within them. And this became apparently clear to me a number of years ago, and is one of many reasons why I refuse to support this movement, annex myself to it, and support people that support this. I simply don't, right? So as you guys know,
shout out to Carlet.
One of the people that MAGA has a deep obsession with, is former President Barack Obama. They cannot seem to get Obama off of their brains. They just can't.
They can't, because we got to remember, MAGA started because of Barack Obama. What happened? The timeline. Barack Obama gets elected. That's when you get Trump with the birtherism. Then he threatened to run against Barack Obama. And 2012. Then he ran in 2016. He won. He ran in 2020, lost, did an insurrection, wasn't punished. Then he ran again in 2024, 2024, and won. And again, it's all about Obama. Remember, everything MAGA is about is a white lash to the fact that we elected a black president. That's all this is. We mad that they elected a black president. A whole concept of make America great again is what? Returning to a pre-Jim Crow era. Excuse me. Returning back to the Jim Crow era. Pre-civil rights era, Jim Crow. That was the whole plan. That's the whole point of this. That's why we going into Jim Crow 2.0. That's the only thing MAGA has actually accomplished. Have they made life better for Americans? No. Have they made America more powerful? No. Have they did anything positive? No. The only thing that they accomplished that they set out and they wanted to accomplish since day one was what? Bringing back Jim Crow, making America great again. And unfortunately, they are succeeding in that.
Anything that Obama does, they have something to say. Even if his wife says something, they have something to say. Like they just have this. Even the president himself seems to have this sick obsession with Obama, and he's had an obsession with him for years, going back to the whole birther movement. I mean, if you couldn't figure out that Trump was a xenophobe, then I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, President Obama recently had a visit, I believe, to Canada with the Prime Minister Mark Carney. And there's a video of them kind of greeting and Carney, I guess, welcoming him that we actually want to play because it ties into what we're going to be talking about today. Take a look at this footage here of Obama and the Prime Minister of Canada meeting, and then we're going to continue on. Take a look at this quickly. I think it's about a 20-second clip or thereabout. Take a look at that. Excellent. So you saw that. So I was just searching for what to talk about, and I came across a post from Laura Loomer, that Looney Tune, and she saw this video and decided.
Oh, y'all remember Laura Luna, the lady who looked like the shit from Weapons, the lady who looked like Jigsaw, the lady who hates Candace Owens because Candace Owens could go get white boys that she can't. Yes, that's who Laura Loomer is.
To go post about it on Twitter, and her post generated, I believe, 2.7 million views as of now. I want to read what Laura Loomer wrote. She said, why is Barack Hussein? Now, they always have to throw in the Hussein to kind of tie back into the whole 9/11 and to be xenophobic against Arabs. They always have to do that, right? So she wrote, why is Barack Hussein Obama meeting with world leaders while President Trump is in office? This is a coup. This is a coup. Coming from someone who supported a president that incited an insurrection.
Exactly. Talking about a coup. Everything with MAGA and all of them, it's always projection. Like with the old Democrats going are tied to PDF files, comes out that no, they are tied to the PDF files through Epstein. Oh, the Democrats gonna start World War III. Look what they doing right now with Iran. Oh, the Democrats gonna raise prices. We got record high prices under who? Trump. Inflation is gonna be the Democrats. Inflation is Trump. Oh, diseases breaking out. Trump. Like, come on. That it was all projection. Oh, the Democrats just want to get in control, take over the Supreme Court so they could just do whatever they want. What are we seeing with the Supreme Court right now? That's 6-3 conservative. Just out of control. Pure judicial activism. Like everything they say is projection.
You cannot make this stuff up. These are not a serious set of people. She wrote that. Now, I want to read from just some of the reaction of what people had to say. One person wrote, Obama, Carney, and the rest of the socialists around the globe.
Exactly, East Coast Cat. Thank you for the triple up. Exactly. Trump was meeting with a whole bunch of world leaders. Didn't he meet with Benjamin Netanyahu also? They was meeting with these people. They was meeting with them. Like Benjamin Netanyahu was purposely doing stuff to try to help Trump win. He wouldn't go along with the ceasefire, anything, trying to help Trump win. Which is treason, by the way. That Trump was going over there with going over there and talking to him. Also with Putin and other world leaders. Thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5 emojis. Yeah, let's get back to this.
So desperately trying to hold on to their New World Order plan while President Trump is burning it all down in their faces. Another person said he's done that since day one out of office. He's either the Antichrist or ushering in the Antichrist. Barack Obama is the Antichrist. So who is Trump, the savior? Well, it makes kind of sense. That's the reason why Trump posted that picture, and these MAGA Christians who were so upset that Trump posted this picture of himself being depicted as Christ. Oh, I can't believe he did this. This is blasphemy. He's blaspheming. Blah, 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 blah. And then about 48 to 72 hours later, they were back to kissing his ass, which is exactly what they're doing. Now, one person pushed back, writing this: why is Barack Hussein Obama meeting with world leaders? Number one. And then he wrote, or he, I don't know who it was, because he's the most globally liked American president in modern history, because he can, it's not illegal, because he is invited by other governments, because he's very well liked in Canada. Take your pick. So what are my thoughts about this? And of course, you have somebody posting Obama here in a turban and so on and so forth, right? Usual MAGA, racist, xenophobic stuff, bigoted stuff. There's no surprise here whatsoever. What are my thoughts about this? These people cannot help themselves. They cannot help themselves. where do you guys find the time to go after President Obama? Like, where do you guys find the time? Why don't you focus on the fact that Donald Trump is arguably, or if not, the most unpopular president in American history, certainly in modern history?
The worst president in American history. Don't forget that. Worst president. There's no president worse than Trump.
Why don't you focus on that? Why don't you focus on the price of an average a gallon of gas? Why don't you focus on that? Why don't you focus on the skyrocketing inflation that we're witnessing? Why don't you focus on the fact that the economy is barely moving in terms of jobs being gained under Trump under Trump's guidance? Why don't you focus on the fact that the Strait of Hormuz is still closed and how it's affecting not just Americans but people all around the world in terms of their cost of living? Why don't you focus on that? Why don't you focus on the fact that Trump is failing on literally every single issue, probably outside of immigration? Why don't you focus on these things? Where do you find the time? And then the part that gets me is that she's trying to assert this idea of as if like there's some sort of criminality that's taking place. A woman that supports a 34 count felon is talking about criminality and breaking the law. A woman that supports an administration that literally has defied judges left and right, that has clearly broken the law on many occasions, but is here talking about Obama might be breaking the law and he should be thrown in jail.
Yes, Obama is not breaking the law. He's not trying to meet with world leaders to undermine Trump. Former presidents have met with former world leaders, but they never did it the way Trump did while trying to run for re-election, and they out of office. Yeah, Obama has done nothing wrong. He was the perfect president. No scandals or anything. Shout out to Justin March, my first moderator in the building. He just gifted people 10 memberships. Family, if he gifted you a membership, make sure you thank Justin March for gifting you a membership. Also, keep the membership going. If the number is too high, you can always downgrade it or even upgrade it if you want to. Because if you feel like, hey, I want it to be higher, yes, you can do that. But yeah, shout out to Justin March for that. Make sure y'all thanking the bro. Salute. Yep, good looking Justin March. Yeah, let's get back to this. Dreamerspro is cooking right now.
You can't make this stuff up. When I tell you Trump supporters are not serious people, it's not hyperbole. It's not. They are not serious people. They have this superpower to overlook all of the madness and the corruption from the president. But with other people, they seem to have the wherewithal to hold them accountable. Why don't
Yeah, it's because they're not. It's not about right and wrong with them. It's about winning and losing. If holding people accountable helps them win, they'll do it. If not holding people accountable helps them win, they'll do it. They're not principled. It's purely about right and wrong. No, excuse me. It's purely about winning and losing. It has nothing to do with right and wrong with these people. Nothing. That's why they defend Trump. Even though they know he's tied to Epstein, they don't care.
you talk about the amount of stealing that's going on, Laura Loomer, under Trump's watch? How do you explain all of the billions that are being made on the stock market as it pertains to the Iran war, and it always coincides with announcements that the president is about to make? How do you? Why don't you focus on that? Why don't you focus about all the people that were scammed with Trump's cryptocurrency? What about these Donald Trump watches, where they collected, I think, over $56 million from people that stupidly went out and bought that watch? Why don't you focus on the fact that those people have never even they still haven't gotten their watches yet, and there's no news from the company that made them? Why don't you focus on the fact that the president is constantly complaining about China and China is an external threat, but then went and printed a Trump Bible and that was made in China? Why don't you focus on that? I'm confused. Where are you finding this time to notice Barack Obama and all this? Why is Obama constantly on you people's minds? I'm confused. Where do you get the time? You guys are supporting a failing administration, but somehow, some way are able to find news and put up posts directed to the former president. I'm confused. To this
I'm not confused. I know why. Because again, it's just about hate. It's just about bigotry. They don't care about America and the American people. Shout out to Jimmy in the building. Yes, they don't care about them. Fred, I think let's see. Fred Mayo the Great. You said he was talking bad about Kamala. I never heard him talk bad about Kamala. I hope that's not true. But I'm pretty sure the bro might have criticized her, but I don't think he was talking bad about her. Like, don't vote for her, let Trump win. I don't think it was like that. Shout out to Benevolence in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got like 80 people in the building. Yeah, let's keep going.
Obama is more popular than Trump, and he's not even president, and he's more popular than him. And that's what bothers you. Obama represents everything that clashes with their worldviews. That's why they can't stand him. That's why they're always talking about him. Because the way they view blacks and minorities, Obama flies in the face of all of that. Here you have a very articulate man, a man that's way smarter than Trump, way more charismatic, way much more liked, and frankly better at everything single thing that he did than Trump. And they can't figure it out. They can't reconcile what their eyes are seeing versus their beliefs. They can't. So therefore, they have to continuously attack him to reinforce whatever it is that guides their worldviews. And it's a clash. Every time they see Obama, it clashes with that. It clashes with their racism. They can't handle it. They can call Obama everything in the book, but the one thing they can't call him is stupid. The one thing that he cannot be accused of is being stupid. And it irks them to the core. I'm sure some of them to this day feel like Obama, the only reason he became president was because of DEI. But then we have Trump, who never served in office or had any political experience whatsoever. But to them, because he's Trump and he's racist like they are, he's qualified to be president. You can't make this stuff up. Maybe I should put it on a t-shirt. You can't make this up.
You can't. You cannot. You cannot. Also, the most unqualified person or underqualified person on the Supreme Court right now is Annie Coding Barrett, put there by Trump. And he talks about Ketanji Jackson Brown. I think I said her name wrong. See, that medicine is getting to my head. I'm saying names wrong. But the sister, Trump talks about her, MAGA talks about her, but she's literally the most qualified person on the Supreme Court right now. Don't you see the duality of that? Trump put the least qualified person on the Supreme Court was put there by the least qualified president, and it happens to be a white woman. The most qualified person to be president since Barack Obama, Joe Biden, put the most qualified person on the Supreme Court, which happened to be a black woman.
These are the people that we are living with on a day-to-day. These jokers, the Laura Loomers of the world. You can't make it up. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave them in the comments and we catch you on the next show.
Yeah, shout out to the bro. But before we get off this topic, I want to be complete. I want y'all to know this is Laura Loomer. This is the bozo. Let's see if we can find that clip.
Like fucking my boyfriend while we were dating and like ruined our relationship. And I act like it's okay, but like it's really sad because like I love when people like keep, you know, tradition in their relationships. Fucking my boyfriend while we were dating and like ruined our relationship. And I act like it's okay, but like it's really sad because like I love when people like keep, you know, tradition in their relationships. It's just really sad. Your hair and your eyes look so good. You're like beautiful.
Thank you.
You're like an Aryan degenerate goddess.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. You're Aryan too.
I know, but I'm Jewish.
It's okay.
Because you're such a cutie.
Don't mess my hair. God damn it. Fix it. Fix my hair. Did you fix it?
I did. But like that picture you posted on Instagram recently when you got like reinstated on Facebook was so hot. Like seriously.
I appreciate it.
It's so good.
It's a good picture.
Your skin and the Nazis hate me.
It's fun.
The alt-right people want to put me in a gas chamber. because they're obsessed with the dude.
I think they're just memeing on you, but it's okay.
It's okay.
all right.
I don't care. I love it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I know. They're just jealous because I have big tits and an Ashkenazi IQ.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You got it.
Anyway, next time you're in New York, let me know. We'll hang out. Bring your girlfriend to New York sometime, and we'll all hang out. We'll go to like really cool restaurants and hang out and have a blast.
Yes,
It'll be so
I will
much
bring
fun.
my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Look at this weirdo sitting here trying to get a neo-Nazi to love on her, hitting on her, like degrading herself, and he don't even want nothing to do with her. And somebody said it before. I see the comment. Justin March, he said he knows her breath stink. I know she smell bad. You could just tell she smell bad. She look bad. She smell bad.
I want to meet. What's Becca?
Yeah.
Becca.
Yes.
She's so sweet.
You remembered.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. You'll meet her.
You guys are so sweet. I hope
Thank
it
you.
works out because, like I said, I know it's all an act. Like I know everything you do on Twitter is like so fake and not real, but
Yeah,
like
it's all fake.
it's so sweet that you like and your girlfriend have been together for 3 years. I love it.
I know. It's all an act.
Do you know something? Like I'm gonna tell you a secret. Like, do you know so many people in this movement who preach trad life are like fucking people on the side and like cheating on their partners? Like,
That's so
like
bad.
they're not even like really trad life.
Such
Like
dumb.
like my ex is like dating somebody who's like super trad life, and she was like fucking my boyfriend while we were dating and like ruined our relationship. And I act like it's okay, but like it's really sad because like I love when people like keep tradition in their relationships. It's just really sad.
Yes. So we just saw that.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we just saw that, but we got to also get it to this part too. We cannot leave without getting to this part. Let me see. Let's get to this skin. She looked like this shit. Can y'all see the screen? I said the screen. The screen. She looked like this shit from Weapons, bro. She looked like the shit from Weapons. Just a younger version of this shit from Weapons without the glasses. Tell me I'm capping. Look at this shit from Weapons. Like, look at this shit. Now, let's type in. This is the same shit, just with less makeup. If you take away the makeup and the glasses, this is the shit from Weapons, bro. This is the shit from Weapons. I dare you say they not the same person, bro. They the same person. This is the shit from Weapons. Just with like, come on, man. Peace to everybody in the building. You know I got the receipts. This is the shit from Weapons. Make sure y'all, we got like over 70 people in the building. Make sure y'all hitting that link. The pin link, hit that. And go, look. Subscribe to my second channel. Support the war effort. I rebuke thee too. Yeah, like this the shit from Weapons, bro. Like, come on, I'm about to do that. Like, come on, we about to look. Y'all, take a look at this face. Let's go back. The same shit, bro. Same shit. The shit from Weapons. Let me see if I can get a picture of her with a closed mouth. Shit from Weapons. Just a younger version that's not as pale. The shit from Weapons with a tan and no glasses. This is the shit from Weapons, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all know I'm not capping, man. The shit from Weapons. But yeah, let's get back to this. Yeah. But yeah, before we get off this, is my audio still good? Y'all can hear me? Look, somebody also pointed this out. This is the shit from, this is Jigsaw. She looked like Jigsaw, man. She looked like the Jigsaw mask, man. She don't look like Jigsaw. She don't look like Jigsaw. Look at Jigsaw. Let's look at him from different angles. Now let's type in Laura Luma, man. Let's see. Come on, man. This is Jigsaw, man. This is Jigsaw. Come on, Trump. You going outside. They said this is Trump's side piece, man. And you got the nerve to talk about Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton would never. Jigsaw from the Saw franchise, man. Bill Clinton would never. Bill Clinton would never. Shout out to Bill Clinton. But yeah, let's get off of this. Like, come on, man. Pig saw. You teaching. Yep. Disgusting. Yeah, let's get off this. This shit getting spooky, man. Shit spooky. Dad, we back to the spooky shit. But anyway, yeah. Let me drop this screen. Like, speaking of this, so let's go to the Amazing Lucas, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's a nice segue. Looking at that shit. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see something. Oh, yes. For all you who don't know, Trump is giving reparations or talking about giving reparations to white people. Yeah, let's get into that. Shout out to the Amazing Lucas. Yeah, let's get into that. Trump talking about giving reparations to white people. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yeah, let's get into this right now. Woo-wee. Yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, the individual is gone. But yeah, let's get into this. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all liking this video. Make sure y'all sharing the video. Make sure y'all subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell, giving the video high points. Make sure y'all supporting the channel. PayPal, Cash App, super thanks, super chat, super sticker. We take it all. And if you ain't got no money to support, fire emojis. Drop a fire emoji in the chat. That's support. Hit that reaction heart. That's support. But yeah, let's get into this. Trump talking about giving reparations to white people.
So about those reparations. Oh, my goodness. So let me just make sure I have this correct. When it comes to Black Americans who are asking for reparations due to slavery, Jim Crow, convict leasing, redlining, a bunch of inhumane and dehumanizing practices and laws put in place by this country to harm and undermine Black Americans, that's a no-go, okay? What are you, some type of victim, huh? Lift yourself up by the bootstraps. Now, by that same token, when it comes to a bunch of white ignorants violently targeting officers, threatening to hang Mike Pence, all of this in attempts to stop an election because their guy lost and they didn't like that. When it comes to those group of people, many of which who were, messing with children, who were violent criminals, who had done heinous crimes already that were let off via Trump. When it comes to those people, well, we've got to reward them, all right? We've got to reward them due to the political targeting that was done during the Biden administration. That's what you have to understand. Many of you may be upset at this. I'm not one of those people. To me, this makes perfect sense. In America, this makes absolute 100% sense. Because for those of you who don't understand, what recently happened is that Trump had like a $10 billion lawsuit against the U.S., right? Because one of the people of the IRS leaked his tax returns and he's suing them. So what they did is Trump dropped all the lawsuits in exchange for this weaponization, fund.
Just in the last hour, the Justice Department announcing a settlement after President Trump dropped his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS over leaked tax returns.
As part of this deal, the DOJ unveiling a $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund to pay damages to Trump's allies.
Taxpayer money, just so we're clear. Now, this money is going to go towards those who were politically targeted via the Biden administration.
What the hell did you just say?
If y'all don't remember, there were a group of people in Trump's eyes via this administration that believe that we're wrongfully targeted during the Biden administration. Yes, you guessed it. Holy smokes, you guys are, high IQ.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, this money is going to people who got affected by January 6th. That's a fact. January 6th. This is the money that's going to people who were rightfully put in jail for trying to do an insurrection against the United States government. Yes. This is insane. This is insane. Yeah, don't spam. Like, drop a fire emoji. You could drop one of those, but you don't got to drop a bunch of them in a row. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Salih, for pointing that out. Yeah, this is just another grift. Another grift. Another grift. But, they coming up. Trump is producing. Promises made, promises kept. Remember, Trump already said that he was going to get them reparations. He said that. And FBA was acting like, no, Trump didn't say that. When did Trump say he was going to give white people reparations? Y'all lying. Y'all feeding into it. He never said that. Like, yeah, he said he's going to do something about giving people money for discrimination, but that ain't reparations. Or, how do you know that's just going to white people? What about black people who was discriminated against because of DEI? They was literally saying stuff like that. Literally. But now we're here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yes, disgusting.
That's correct. The J6ers.
The Justice Department has this new fund that was announced today, $1.7 billion.
Yeah.
Why should taxpayers pay for the January 6th?
Well, it's been very well received. By whom? I have to tell you, I know very little about it. I wasn't involved in the whole creation of it and the negotiation. But this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized. They've been, in some cases, imprisoned wrongly. They paid legal fees that they didn't have. They've gone bankrupt. Their lives have been destroyed. And they turn out to be right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, it was a terrible period of time in the history of our country, and they worked on it. I know the Justice Department, it's really been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done, but these were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by a system that was so corrupt, with corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees and the other things that they had to suffer.
And also, I just want you to...
Oh, yes. Yeah, of course he didn't know much about it. Because, again, Trump is an idiot. He's not paying attention. He's playing golf. He's so hands-off. So it's like a bunch of his minions are really running the show. Something else I also pointed out, I'm going to always toot my own horn when I pointed out something and I'm right. Because I told people, they said, well, Trump ain't that bad. I said, that's a lie. But even if Trump wasn't that bad, by electing Trump, you're empowering a whole bunch of other people. Like, again, Trump said he had nothing to do with this. He didn't even know nothing about it. He didn't even know nothing about it. Somebody else, this is somebody else's plan. This is somebody else's play. This is who y'all empowering by empowering Trump. Shout out to everybody in the building. You got like 90 back in the building. Make sure y'all supporting and helping me reach my goal.
Definitely understand that it's going to include those hurt by DEI, CRT, all of the, black fatigue and how they bastardize that term. All of that is going to, I would bet my bottom dollar, is going to be incorporated into this.
Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly.
And just to interrupt for a second, I want to
also, again, see, he played the clip. I'm happy he played the clip because I was going to have to look for it and find it. That's the clip of Trump talking about giving people reparations. And you had all these bozos arguing that, oh, that doesn't mean reparations. That doesn't mean reparations. Trump didn't say it was reparations, and he didn't say it was reparations for white people. He said restitution. He didn't say reparations. And even if it was reparations, he said it's for equity. That doesn't mean DEI. And if it does mean DEI, black people were hurt by DEI too. We could get money too. We could get money too. Yes, these bozos are saying that.
Let everyone know of blackvotewatch.org. It's a website which helps Black Americans keep our representatives from those who would like to exploit Black America. Now, out of all the promises that he failed to fulfill, this isn't a bad participation trophy. I'll give him that, right? Because, due to his low historic polling numbers, due to the backlash of the Iran war when he promised no new wars, due to the rising gas prices, due to the rising oil, all of this, he's figured, hey, let me give the dog a bone, all right? Let me give him a bone. And I would argue this is probably going to change his sentiment.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
This is what they are giving is essentially, in effect, white reparations. That's what they're doing. They're giving white reparations. And I mean, hey, that's as American as it gets. I don't know what to tell you. Now, having said that, I am very curious where all the hashtag cut the check people are. I'm very curious where all the people are like, Kamala ain't black, she Indian. I'm just curious, what do they have to say about this, huh?
I'm curious too, because none of them covered it. Nobody covered it. We're gonna look to see if somebody covered it today, but this happened days ago and nobody covered it. And the reason it can be done is because Trump is an idiot. One, a lot of these, the federal government, a lot of department heads and stuff have a lot of power, and they don't have to go get the president's direct approval to do every little thing. Two, Trump is not paying attention. He just rubber stamp stuff. Somebody could put something in front of Trump and say, hey, sign this. It means A, and it means triangle, really. But Trump ain't going to read it. He's just going to sign it and go about his business and go about his day. That's how they can do it without his knowing. And Trump thinks it's okay too. That's why Trump thinks that's like an excuse, acceptable excuse. We're like, well, I didn't know it, or I didn't do this. This person did it. So you can't say nothing about it to me. You're the president of the United States of America. Like the nonsense. But yeah, let's get back into this.
Was this really worth it? Okay, because you didn't like that she did collard greens in the bathtub. You giving white people reparations. Was it really worth it?
Come on now, dog.
With the pattern that we've seen in this country, yeah, why wouldn't we give reparations to white people? A matter of fact, I'm going to go so far. Hey, what about the Barbary slave trade? Okay, there were white people who were slaves. Okay, you have to understand. Hey, when it comes to discrimination, I wouldn't be surprised if these people, this administration, did mental gymnastics to say that actually the people who were harmed via slavery, via Jim Crow, were actually white people.
I never thought about it like that.
That's what you have to understand. It was actually white people who were harmed the most, okay, during slavery. Because, it wasn't until after we ended slavery that, we had all the cotton gin, all the revolution that occurred from this, the Industrial Revolution that came about. So it was actually white people, who were truly harmed by slavery.
Damn.
I would not put that past him, okay? I would not put that past him. You have to understand that his team is on code, fam. His team is on code. I have never seen a group of people more on code than the people in his cabinet. You have the AG fam, who's coming out talking about, you know what? There's proof of fraud of the election.
Because recently, Susie Wiles, the president's chief of staff, made an interesting comment that a lot of our audience was perked up about. And here's what she said. Watch this.
We had a lovely dinner, and at the end of it, he wanted to know why he won Florida, but maybe struggled in some other states that I think we're going to find out he actually did win. But I wrote like an after action report, gave it to him to read.
So she just said that we're going to find out that President Trump actually did win certain states in the 2020 election. Now, the president says all the time that the election was rigged. What have you done about that? Do you have any evidence that the election was rigged? What can you tell us?
Well, there's a ton of evidence that the election was rigged. That's not something the DOJ needs to tell you about. There's been evidence about that for many, many years.
Now, you have to understand that's what Trump has been saying this entire time. That, hey, this was fraud. They stole the election from me. All this. You have the AG coming out. Oh, yeah, there's more than enough proof. You know, there was fraud in the election. I mean, we'll get to that when it comes. You know, blah, blah, blah. Bro, what? What are you what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We had what? The FCC chair who was talking about, hey, we're going to strip people's licenses.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
When we talk about being on code, fam, this is what on code looks like. This is what on code looks like. Everybody. Pete Hegg said.
But FBA is on code. FBA is on code because the code is agree with Tariq Nasheed and give him money. So that's what FBA has been doing. So FBA is also on code. They on code.
Everybody's on code, brother. Hey, you know, you have people say, hey, this is a good thing, all right? This is a benefit that the gas prices are high because, you know, we're defeating terror. That's what we're doing. We're stopping terror. You can't really put a number on terror. I mean, come on now. Beta. It's wild to see, man. It's really wild to see. And you're seeing all these people who are just going, And I'm like, yo, I genuinely don't know if we will see any type of bloodbath during the midterms. I don't know if we will have a Democrat president in 2028. I don't know because I think the country is toast, bro.
No, we'll have a Democratic president in 2028 if Trump doesn't steal the election and allows the election to go like it's supposed to. There will be a Democratic president.
Maybe this is a foreign attack. Maybe this is, you know, maybe it's Israel. Maybe Israel's turned our back on America, God forbid, and they have somehow poisoned the water supply. I'm just trying to understand how the IQ of the country has rapidly declined in such a short period of time, I would think. Or maybe it was this bad all along. Maybe I was just living the bubble. I did not see the deterioration of this country. Maybe that's what it is, because I don't know, man. This is wild. Reparation for white people, gas being $200 a barrel, oil being $200 a barrel, is a positive because we're eliminating terror. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you believe this is horrible, Lucas. I can't believe he'd be, wasting taxpayer dollars on such nonsense, on supporting these people.
Exactly. Exactly, Justin March. MAGA is a cult. So anything that Trump say is good is automatically good. Anything Trump does is automatically good. They don't care. They don't care. As long as he ain't doing nothing good for black people, they cool with everything else he doing. Just like Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan did a whole bunch of stuff for a lot of minorities. So, and Nixon did a whole lot of good stuff too. Nobody cared. As long as they was keeping they foot on black people, that's all that matters. Yep, FBA is a cult too. FBA is a white nationalist psyop too. Hate cult and a white nationalist psyop.
Believe, what do you mean? Like, how can you say this at this point in time, right? Like, how can you say this at this point? Of course he's going to do that, bro. Of course he's going to do that. You mean the same people were talking about back the blue when it came to black victims who are now attacking law enforcement because they didn't like that their guy didn't win the election? Of course. This is hypocrisy. This is who they are, bro. It's like peanut butter and jelly. This is as American as apple pie, fam. Just is what it is. Anyways, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Friday and Saturday, disagreement day. There'll be a number on screen. You call in and we duke it out.
Yep. Shout out to Amazing Lucas with his disagreement day. I don't know if I could ever do nothing like that. They're not blinded by no Christianity. They don't care. They don't care about no Christianity. Christianity to them is just an extension of white supremacy. That's it. They don't care about nothing about no Christianity. They're not blind. They know what they doing. They is not blind. Salute. But yeah, let's go check and see if Tariq and the other bozos talked about this. Is my audio still good? Can y'all see? Yeah, let's look at Tariq. Let's see what he did. Okay, our Black Americans tribal. He talked about the shooting that happened, the mosque. All right, Tariq arguing with one of his followers. Yeah. Let's see. So the answer is no. We passed 9 days already. This didn't happen 9 days ago. So Tariq never talked about this. Let's check his Twitter. Okay, let's check the Twitter. Thank you for the fire emojis. All right, thank you for the one. Let's go. Let's see. Oh, he talked about it 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago, Tariq talked about it. So we got to see a whole bunch of the FBA bozos making videos about it. Let's see what Tariq had to say. Okay, yeah. So I'm right. For years, Democrats told the FBA grassroots that the red tape to figure out lineage-based reparations was just too complicated to manage. That's a lie. Nobody ever said that. The GOP just bypassed all the red tape to fund their base in record numbers. I don't know if you know this or not, trying to figure out who to give reparations to for something that happened 160 years ago is way different than figuring out a handful of white people to give money to today, who we know who they are because they got arrested. Like, people can say, hey, I want my money because I got arrested in January 6th. Totally different things. The Democrats played us, and the Republicans just exposed their bluff. What bluff? And why? How is this the Democrats' fault? Like, we should have saw this coming. Tariq is blaming the Democrats. Tariq is blaming the Democrats. Yeah, y'all see it. It's on the screen. Tariq is blaming the Democrats for Trump giving white people reparations that he said they wasn't going to get. Or that it didn't matter, or we didn't know what we was talking about, we was wrong about. Somehow it's the Democrats' fault. And somehow you got to be stupid. This is for $8 billion? You don't even have a number for reparations, but you crying about this. You can't make this up. And look, FBA the bozos is going for it. So look at these dummies. This is money meant to pay people back for them claiming that they was wrongfully targeted or whatever the case may be. This is individuals. These people say the stupidest stuff. This is why I said, like, I'm not even mad at the Republicans no more. I can't be. These are adults who saying this stupid stuff. Like, you find a fool, bump his head. Find a fool, bump his head. Find a fool, bump his head. Look at the nonsense that they saying. Look at this. Just lying, just making up stuff, just saying anything. Oh, somebody said this house COINTELPRO work. That's about right. Let me do this. Yep. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks. So yeah, I was right. We got 120 in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Oh, East Coast Kev, I didn't even notice this for the for the quadruple up or whatever. Oh, good night. And I don't know. The Cavs lost. All right, if they lost, that's good. Or they barely won, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Salute. Got you next stream. Cause yeah, I'm about to go to bed myself. I gotta get up super early. Yeah, FBA don't got no number. They just say anything. Anything. What number do FBA got? Because you ask 20 FBA people for a number, you're going to get 120 different numbers. Like, come on now. Like, ridiculous. Exactly. This is disgusting. Yeah, they did this to themselves. Y'all, we told y'all this was gonna happen if Trump got in office. Trump got in office, and now he's doing it. And now you're crying to the Democrats, saying, "Well, the Democrats could have did something like this too." The Democrats could have never did nothing like this. One, this whole fund is a sham. It's a grift. It's a sham. It's a slush fund. It shouldn't even exist. Two, this is not giving those people this money is not the same as doing reparations. Like, come on now. And again, after all of this, they still not going to ask Trump for anything. They're not going to ask Trump for anything. I'm waiting for the FBA to go to Trump and say, since you like giving out reparations so much, where's our reparations? They ain't going to do it. They are not going to do this. They're not going to do it. They so quick to attack the Democrats because, again, they are a white nationalist psyop. FBA comes out of ADOS. ADOS comes from Yvette Carnell, who is a board member of a white nationalist front group. That's why they support Trump. That's why they do what they do. That's why they attack black immigrants, and that's why they support Trump. You said Chud the Bill are asking black people for money. When is that? Where is that? Send me a link to that, Lee, because I want to see that Chud the Bill to asking black people for money. That's crazy. Hey, yo. I don't even think they got the heart to even ask him for that. I don't think they got the heart to ask him for 20 trillion pats on the back. I don't think so. You might be right. They might ask him to do that. They might. Yeah, the audacity. This is crazy. The audacity to ask black people for money. But yeah, let's see what's going on with this Chud the Builder situation, asking black people for money. Let's see what's going on. Like, I don't know how he think he getting that all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. I got 120 in the building. Let's see what's going on with that. Let's see. Yeah, because we could get off that. All right, so yeah, we could get to that. Yeah, we could get off that. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yes, I know who Ant CEO is. He's a bozo. And Tariq put him in Hidden Colors 6, a DVD with just a bunch of AI and YouTubers. All right, I got it. Thank you. Yeah, let me get to this. Let's get to this. Shout out to everybody in the building. So apparently, Chud the Builder is asking black people for money. Let's see what Poetic Flacco got to say.
Chud has reached new levels of desperations and audacity I've never seen before. Chud is speaking out from jail. They announced that he can't access any of the money that he raised on the Give, Send, Go because he was logged into the Give Send Go on the phone that's currently confiscated by the police department. So he can't verify that he has access to the funds to be able to withdraw. So now the new strategy is more begging. Okay, now we're going to get into how ridiculous the begging has gotten. But before we get there, they dropped a commercial, right, to get people to, I guess, feel sorry for Chud. And they spoke to the Black community for about 70% of this video. And these people got the audacity to try to rope us into Chud silliness, to try to make us feel bad for Chud and ask us to stand with Chud in these times. Are y'all stupid?
Thank you so much for sharing all the information we're putting out at Operation Free Dalton. It's crucial we get this out as soon as possible, as far and wide as we can, because we have to hold these officials accountable for the weird they do. And the discrepancy between bond amounts given to people with multiple priors, murders, rape, it's unspeakable, some of the things these people have done, versus Dalton's unprecedented $1.25 million bond. And the DA, Robert Nash, wanted to give him no bond. But this same DA gave individuals who committed multiple murders, priors, bonds less than $100,000. A lot of people think this is attacking white people, freedom of speech, and then, you know, kid gloves for the...
We're not doing that. I gotta speed you up, beloved. Not even beloved. I gotta speed you up, bozo. Gotta speed you up. You're not doing this.
Crimes Black people commit. But what we have to understand is, in Black community, listen when I say this.
I don't know who this dweeb that Chud has roped into being his own personal liaison while he's in prison, but this dude is also a suspected white supremacist. He lacks charisma. He lacks intelligence. He's pretty dumb, to be honest. Now, you want for the Black community to listen up. Y'all close your ears. I'm going to do all the listening for us, all right? And let y'all know if this is something we need to consider, right? But they are effectively about to try to make the Black community get on board with going against the police on behalf of Chud. But not because, right, we like Chud according to them, but because we should stand against the police. Man, listen, man, if y'all think that we is that stupid, if y'all think y'all can say F the police and get us on board to help out Chud's cause, you're out of your mind. You are losing your effing mind. Black people, the overwhelming majority of us, want Chud to spend the rest of his life in prison, and we don't care how it happened. We the wrong demographic to be speaking to, brother. It ain't working.
When they give these low bonds to the people terrorizing your communities, they're doing that to hurt you. That's a weapon. As much as this high bond is a weapon against Dalton and free speech, letting these criminals go for next to nothing, knowing they're gonna kill people you know, your friends and family at some point, these people are the problem. Dalton was exposing that. He found himself in the middle. And before I play the audio of Dalton, I just want to let you know that Dalton's not, like, he's just a dude. He's a contractor who got canceled over this word. You know, he took the word that ruined his life and found himself not being able to have a job. I mean, the cancel efforts to get him fired and to not get him work when he started his own business, a lot of people put a lot of effort into that. And Black people, let's just be honest. The blackest thing you could do if you had your life ruined over talking shit to a white guy, blackest thing you could do is walk around and call everyone you get paid for it. That was the spirits of the civil rights movement.
Chud is currently in prison suffering, so I guess they want you to also suffer, right, by playing with your emotions and pissing you off and getting you angry.
I don't understand how this is playing with anybody's emotion. I don't even understand how anybody even knows about this. I think Poetic Flacco is bringing more attention to this to Black people than it would have got on its own. Like, come on now. Like, let's be serious. I didn't even hear about this until somebody told me you said it, Poetic Flacco. Like, come on now. Come on. Like, I don't think I see that they trying to bring this to black people, but like, come on now. Like, I think it's getting more traction via you covering it than it would have got on its own. Like, come on. Nobody's like going for this. We don't care about Chud and that dude. Exactly. Hate speech is not free speech. We do not jack hate speech. I don't know who this bozo is. I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. Like I never even seen him, heard him, nothing like that. That's what I said. I think Poetic Flacco is bringing more attention to that bozo than he would have ever got on his own.
Because I refuse to believe any human being is this stupid, right? So don't get mad at it. Laugh at this, right? Laugh at this. Know that Chud right now is in prison with no commissary, no food whatsoever, all right? And he's eating oatmeal and dry bread for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? In solitary confinement. Have pleasure in that. These little racist jokes and remarks they're making, man, we're not worried about this, man. All right, your boy gonna suffer. He's gonna spend the rest of his life in prison, probably. All right, he's gonna spend the rest of his life as an absolute pariah. It's over with for you guys. Right? We don't even got to respond, rebuttal, right? Rebuke those remarks that the civil rights movement was all about people like Chud going around and having a right to call black folks the N-word to their faces. And when they get upset, he maces them in the eye. We don't even need to respond or rebuttal that. We know it's nonsense. Whoever this spokesperson is, he's terrible at his job and he's probably dumber than Chud. But other people, right, who apparently has stuck up for Chud, they have somehow.
What you said? I said that you said he should let it go. No, I'm just saying I'm saying that he's bringing more attention to it. I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong by covering it. I'm just saying he said this is this guy's reaching out to the black community. I'm like, well, that message did not get to the black community. It as far as I know, the only black people who knew about it was you, and now the other black people who know about it via you, Poetic Flacco. So yeah, I'm not mad at him for covering this, but like I said, yeah, this is not even I wouldn't even see this as no message to the black community, even though that's what he's trying to do. Nobody knows who this guy is. That shit ain't getting no traction, no steam, no nothing. Crazy. But yeah, shout out to Poetic Flacco for even for standing on business with this issue though. Chuck asked Aiden Ross to bail him out, and he most likely not gonna do it. Yeah, that might be what he's doing too. He might be slop tubing too, but I'm not mad at him because YouTube is 90% slop tube. And again, he's a content provider. This is how he pays his bills. And I'll never be mad at him for keeping people up to date to what's going on. Because who knows? This guy that's nobody right now could be somebody later. And could be very important. And it's important that we have it documented about him trying to convince black people to feel sorry for Chud the Builder. So again, I'm not knocking it. I was just pointing out the fact that, that nobody knows this dude, and he's bringing more attention to it. Like more people know him for covering it than they knew the dude. But yeah, let's get back to this.
Conveyed this message a little better than him. The message here is, hey, black people, we can't trust the police. We can't trust the government. The government is corrupt. We now acknowledge how they do you. Are you guys really going to be on the side of the government as they do this to Chud? Do y'all think a $1.25 million bond is fair? And yeah, we think it's fair. Yeah, we think it's fair. Okay, yes, we think it's 100% fair. Okay, when Chud was out here advocating for black people to be sent back to Africa, when he's out here advocating for black people not to be able to live in civilized society with white people, what, like you think that Chud would be out here advocating for justice and equality for black people, you think Chud would be out here advocating for the justice system doing a black man wrong? Chud wouldn't give a damn. So no, you can't rope in like our struggles with the justice system into this Chud situation. Chud is somebody who despises black people. He hates black people, and his hatred for black people got him in this situation. So he got to lie there, do his time. All right? What you crying for? All right? You wanted to be a representative and a martyr for white folks, right? Everybody wants to be a martyr. Nobody wants to die. I don't get it. You got to reap the consequences if you want to be a martyr. No, your consequences is you got to rot in prison. Do that time. Do it and shut up. Now, Chud asked this dude to deliver a message. Now, Chud first message from prison, he hasn't learned a goddamn thing. He hasn't learned a single thing from prison, bruh. He's still playing the victim. He's still crying and whining. He's still lying and pretending like.
We gotta get to this because it's like, I see that he's like kind of drawing this out because it's like, let's get to this. Let's get to the dude talking, Chud talking.
He did nothing wrong,
and he was just starting to earn respect and build bridges between the black community who understood that he wasn't doing it out of hostility or that he hated black people. That wasn't the issue. You saw how he lit up when he would ask people, "Do you believe in free speech?" And then drop the.
I'll be real, yo. The ridiculousness of this is, it's somehow humorous, bro. It's funny, man. Chud was building bridges with who? With whom, may I ask, was Chud building a bridge with?
Chud was building bridges with a bunch of lame ass niggas who was laughing and kikiing and taking pics with him. He was building bridges with bozos like Charleston White, who told me how much he loved Chud the Builder. So he was building bridges, but just not the good bridges. Or let me say this: he was building bridges, but not to nowhere that was beneficial for black people. That's for sure.
What black people? No. Must be the black folks in Australia, bro. Right? The Aboriginals. Maybe Chud was building a bridge with the Aboriginals, but it can't be black people in America. Are you high? Yo, these people are. Understand this, and this video should be the only proof you need. These people are shameless. They got no shame face. All right, these are the people we're dealing with. So you got to be equally as shameless as these. These people will look you in your eye and tell you a lie. Chud, if you're watching this, I ain't never give you no advice. Get rid of that dude, bro. That dude is horrible. Now, Chud eventually, sends in a message from jail, and boy, he's at his lowest, man. He is.
I don't know why you told Chud to get rid of that guy if he's so horrible. He need to keep him. So he ain't getting no motion. He ain't getting no traction. Because, that guy ain't got no charisma. He ain't do a good job promoting this. Like I said, the only reason I even know about this or anybody knows about this is because you found it. So, we need Chud to keep that guy, to keep putting out these whack press releases and watching him not get no motion.
At his lowest. This man is begging and groveling for any help he could get, man. Oh, he is desperate. I knew this man was desperate. This man said, "Hey there, Ross, build me out, please. I'll fight for free if you build me out." Oh, no, this man, I love to watch racist white people get humbled. I love it. Watch how humble Chud is right now, man. He came a long way from Mr. Motion. 200,000 ain't enough.
Hey, everybody, it's Chud. I'm doing all right in here, and they got me locked up by myself. I just wanted to tell everybody that it brings me to tears to see all the support that I'm getting, to hear everybody that's trying to help me out. And man, I love all of you guys. And I'm sorry that this bullshit is going on. But truth always comes to light. The Lord is with me in here. They can never take him from me. Thank you guys for all your support. It genuinely means the world. I don't even know what to think. I just want to get out of here so that I can see the light of day, hold my son, hold my girl, see my family again. Thank you to everybody who sent any money. So I got to get out of here so that we can do something, so we can fight this. Listen, Aiden, Miss Dalton, Chud, if you can get me out, help with the bond. I cannot access my funds until I get out of here because no one has access to any of my gifts in Go or my crypto wallets, etc. I have to get out of here so that I can get verification processes to get into all of these funds. I will fight for free. You can help me out to post bail. I will fight for free. We'll do whatever it is you want to do, bro. I need somebody with big money who can throw down, who can support me.
Unfortunately for Chud, if he's
know what's so funny also about that is that Chud the Builder has the money. And everybody knows it's money in the GoFundMe or whatever it's called, Give and Go. And you know if Chud is free, he's going to generate way more money than that bail money. That would actually be a smart business move to bail him out from one of these bozos. But they're not going to do it because, again, they all grifters. They don't really believe in it. And a lot of them don't like Chud because Chud was stealing their thunder. Like I said, Nick Fuentes only got a problem with Chud because Chud was making him look stupid. Because Chud was doing everything he was doing, but Chud had the heart to do it outside. So if things kept going the way it was going, Chud would have been bigger than Nick Fuentes. He would have stole his whole audience. And a lot of these other bozos, Chud would steal their audience. So of course they ain't gonna bail you out, even if they could make a bag doing it. Imagine how much money they could run it up with content. Bail Chud out, tell Chud, give them back. Every time he get money, he got to pay them back all the money they used on him. And on top of that, he got to come stream with them on their platform. How much money would they make? They'll be running it up. They'll be running it up. But they're not going to do it again because they're not principled.
waiting on Aiden Ross to bail him out. He's going to be in jail for a very long time. Now, Aiden Ross has done some horrible things. Like, Aiden Ross gave, like, Gypsy Crusader almost $100,000 to fight, you know, and the only thing Gypsy Crusader has ever done is do, like, live streams disparaging black people. So Aiden Ross is also a despicable human being as well. But even Aiden Ross is not this despicable, right? Because Aiden Ross actually responded back to fans asking him to bail out Chud, and here's what he had to say.
All right. Yeah, bro, listen. I'm going to just tell you this, bro. Like, I already said my take on him. I already said what I said about him, bro. I really would, like, prefer not to get into, like, dumb, hateful night. It's a really special night for Drake and for us and for all the fans. So let's just...
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to bail him out because, again, he was making them look weak and soft. He's stealing their thunder. It's like the OnlyFans girls who had a beef with, I think her name is Blondie Blue. They all hate her. Why? Because she was pushing the line. And again, it was only and she was taking money from them because while they was getting money to do little stuff here and there, she was really going hard body and extreme with it. She was stealing their thunder. She was stealing their motion. She was stealing their money. That's why they all came out against her, talking about, oh, we gotta ban her. She's going too far. The stuff she's doing is degenerate, is harmful, blah, 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 blah. That's why they were saying that. It's the same thing with him. Aiden Ross ain't got the heart to do what Chud the Builder did. Nick Fuentes ain't got the heart to do what Chud the Builder was doing. None of them do. They not built like that. They not built like that. That's the whole reason why they wouldn't bail Chud out. If Chud was doing the same thing that they was doing, just another bozo sitting in his house streaming, and he got in trouble like this, they would have had no trouble bailing him out, bringing him on their stream, letting him talk, blah, 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 blah. Because again, his bail is not even that high, and they all got that kind of money. They all got that kind of money. Like, how much money they make streaming a month? Like what? They make more money than that streaming in 1 month. And they could all get that back in donations. But they're not going to do it because they're not built like that. They rather do the safe racism when they sit in the house or they go out with their friends amongst themselves and they get like some plantation game playing bozo and let them say the N-word and degrade black people and all this other stuff. They like to do that. They're not built to do this, what Chud is doing. That's why they will never bail him out. That's why they all magically got a problem with it. Even though, again, they all do the same thing. But the only difference is Chud do it to black people's face. He do it live and direct and outside.
Not even talk about this. Send me Drake only, bro. Can you bet on Chud, the Chud guy? What's his name again? Yo. Yo, holy shit. So he is on here. Can you pay his bail? Imagine the clips. Dude, no. Absolutely not. What the are you?
They're getting so desperate, new levels of desperation. They're now asking a black man in Tristan Tate to pay Chud's bond. So they go, bill out Chud. Tristan Tate goes, I actually am not such a fan of his. I was asked to bill him out and it was only 1.2 million. So I looked into his content. No. If you provoke a man, be ready for a fist fight. That's the law I live by. $0 donated. Now, Jake Shield, who is this like 63 IQ, like inbred, just disgusting human being, he writes and he says, I initially had the same view. No, you didn't, Jake Shields. Jake Shields, you and Chud are the same person, Jake. Cut it out. But after looking into the case, I saw the guy wasn't actually provoked. I watched videos and saw that Chud wasn't what they claimed he was. I'm sure you can relate to the chat. Hold on. Jake Shields says, after looking into the case.
Yes, again, like I said, they again, all these bozos made a bag doing what Chud the Builder was doing, but they did it from being safe on the internet. That's why they anti-Chud the Builder. They don't want to get active. They want to be safe on the internet, make money doing this on the internet. They don't want to actually go out there and risk their life. They don't want to actually have a race war. They don't want to actually confront people. They don't want to actually have to be ready to throw down anywhere and everywhere they go. Remember, the reason why more black people know Chud the Builder than all these other bozos combined is because he was live and direct. He was active. Think about it. The reason why most black people, if they even saw Jake Shield, they would never run down on him because they don't even know who he is. A lot of black people don't even know who Nick Fuentes is. Aiden Ross, they don't know who these people are. They know who Chud the Builder is because his content has crossed over into black spaces because he's in black people's face doing it. Where's all FBA videos about Trump getting reparations? There is gonna be no FBA videos because they didn't even know about it. They didn't even care. Tariq just did a tweet about it, blaming Democrats. So you might see some videos coming now, and it's gonna be all them blaming the Democrats. No, I don't think most people would even get active. Let me like this: most content providers wouldn't. The people, that's different. The people will move in the direction that leadership sends them. If they had a bunch of people who was like Chud the Builder, you would see more people getting active and going out there and actually doing this because they watching their leaders do it, and they're drawing courage from their leaders. They want to be like their leaders. And again, the rest of these bozos on the internet, shout out to Hood Mistress Reloaded. She's right. Keyboard warrior grifters. The rest of these keyboard warrior grifters, they know they can't hang. Remember, all these people you see streaming that make a living off being racist to black people, they're millionaires. They're all millionaires. You think they want to put any of that in jeopardy? Like, why put up my job, their job? They're making millions of dollars just sitting around running their mouth. Why put that in jeopardy where they could get killed? They could go to jail. They could actually get hurt. They could actually lose it all. Just to do that in real life. They'll never do it. Are you spamming? Because I already answered this question, and I think you wrote this question like 3 times already. So it's like you spamming the chat. I already answered that question. FBA is not making a bunch of videos about it because the average FBA bozo does not watch the news. 2, they would have to attack. They would have to figure out how to. Before they make videos, they got to figure out a way to not blame Trump and blame somebody else. Tariq just gave them the play. We're gonna blame Democrats because we're gonna say that the Democrats could have gave reparations just like Trump did. So now you're gonna start probably seeing videos about it. But even then, not too many. Exactly. They don't want that. They're not built like that. Again, The average one of these bozos that you see, they had to go to jail. They would have committed suicide. They was in charge to build a position. They wouldn't know what to do. Oh, it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good. I was just saying, like, I was just letting you know, like, yeah, I saw it and I didn't answer it. But yeah, you good. You good, because sometimes I do miss comments. So I'm not mad because when I'm looking at it, I'm like, you put the same exact comment. And I think I saw this comment earlier. It's like, is this the third time? But yeah, you good. You straight. Thank you, Mark ATL.
I saw the guy that Chud shot wasn't actually provoked. What case did you look into that you figure out the guy wasn't provoked? Because from everything we've gathered, from the police report, from the police, from the charges, they're saying Chud is who instigated this conflict. Chud had his hand.
I think that's what he was saying. Like that's what he meant, Poet Flacco, because I think like he just wrote this sentence badly. Like if you read it again. He's saying Chud wasn't actually provoked. When he said I saw the guy wasn't actually provoked. I think he's talking about Chud. He's not talking about the guy who got shot. Or maybe he is, because this is a poorly written sentence. But who knows? Who knows?
Chud had his hand on his gun, brandishing his gun while calling a dude the N-word before any altercation even took place. So what exactly? He goes and he says, I watched videos and saw that Chud wasn't what they claimed he was. I'm sure you can relate to that. Tristan Tate says, can you send him over? You'll be waiting all day. But this is just despicable, man. They're all across the timeline right now. If you go and get involved in this Chud community, they're like on the timeline right now, like publishing all type of statistics. Hey, I pulled all the bail and the bonds from all the attempted murder cases, and none of them exceed 250. Well, this is a special scenario, right? It's a special circumstance. I'm sure you can't find, right, any attempted murder charges of somebody who premeditated it for months as they go around and antagonize people. I'm sure you can't find any attempted murder charges where the person being charged with attempted murder is vowing to murder a black person and get away with it. Man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. All right, y'all think Chud gonna make this bond? He got a long way to go. They started a new GoFundMe because he can't access the old one. I'm gonna give it a couple days and we'll update you guys on how much the new one has raised, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out how Dr. Umar Johnson is crashing out on Kevin Hart for doing this. I'm going to see you guys in this Dr. Umar Johnson and Kevin Hart video. Click the hype button below and send me a...
Oh, yeah. So, I gave this video a like. I gave it a like. Yeah, Chud, as far as I know, he's not supposed to have a gun neither. But again, that's another reason why they don't want... They against Chud, because he's really active. He's really out here. He pushing the line. All that. We got to get the chimps. We got to step to them. We tired of this. Somebody got to do something about it. Well, Chud is doing something about it. All that talk. Chud is actually getting active. He's actually doing something about it. And that's why they're not saying. That's why they don't like him. Again, they like that easy money. The easy money of sitting on their butt and just crying about black people all day. That's easy. That's slop. Oh, a video of somebody black committing a crime? Let's watch the video and give 2 seconds worth of commentary about chimp and euphemism and somebody got to do something about this. And we all know the solution to this. While you sit in the house and get thousands of dollars in donations and make tens of thousands of dollars in AdSense revenue and then go about your day. But you ain't really about that. Like, come on now. We seen this game 1,000,001 times. 1,000,001 times. Oh, speaking of that, Like I said, right on time. Family, let me share this screen. Let me share my screen. Can y'all hear me? Look at this. Look who's talking about the reparations for insurgents. Like I said, once Tariq talked about it, now they all talking about it. Because again, this issue happened days ago. Nobody talked about it. Now Tariq talked about it. Because again, I was waiting for them to cover it. I wanted to see how long is it going to take for them to cover it before they how long is this going to go on before they cover it? And I said, all right, they ain't covered it yet, so I'm going to cover it. And lo and behold, they all covering it now because Tariq said something about it. They all get their marching orders from Tariq. Remember, Tariq is their leader.
Because they just wreaking havoc at this point. Nobody's tax dollars should be going to no criminals. Nobody's tax dollars should be going to no anti-black racists. Surely not my tax dollars. All the taxes I got to pay. I don't want my tax dollars going to that crap.
Yeah, we ain't covering this right now because again, he's live and again, he's going to be droning on. So maybe we cover it another time. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. But again, like I said, I was right. Yes, he was rapping in Spanish. I'm waiting for CD No Handle to be in the building so I could cover that issue. Yeah, we got Mexicano Phil, Taco Phil. Like, come on. Like, yeah, Felipe. Yeah. So Mexicano Phil is sitting up here talking like he's talking. Like, come on now, man. You're not listening to you. He definitely do. He got an expensive suit on tonight. Maybe he got dinner reservations with his wife. They got to go out to dinner tonight. So, you know, he got to do a little quick stream, get that dinner money. See? He got to do a quick stream, get that get a bunch of donations, get that money to pay for the dinner tonight. Or maybe it's his daughter's dinner. You know, his stepdaughter, the one he paid for her whole, you know, her whole wedding. Yeah, maybe it's that. Matter of fact, let's see something. Let's see something. Let's see something. Let's see something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go to my channel. Y'all see that? Mexicano Phil. Let's see what Mexicano Phil got. Yes, Phil married a single mother. All that manosphere talk, all that bashing black women marry a single mother. Yep, exactly. Hyenas. Yeah. All daughter. Family, what you just saw in the beginning of this video is the wedding reception video for Phil Scott's stepdaughter. And if you're wondering why you heard all that Mexican music in the background, it's because Phil Scott is married to a Mexican woman who already had kids. And he paid for her wedding and her wedding reception with all that pro-black money that y'all been giving him. All that anti-swirler money. All that anti-black woman money. Like, oh, I'm not really against black women. I'm just against those hair-hatted hyenas. Yeah. Phil paid for that wedding reception, that wedding with that money. Mr. We don't do single mothers and this and that and this got married to a Mexican single mother and paid for her daughter's entire wedding. You can't make this up. Mr. Pro-Black himself. He did that. A champion for the black race. Mr. Anti-Swirler. He did that. Family, if you don't believe me, I need you to watch this real quick. And there you have it, family. That's Mexicano Phil right there. As you can see, the faces is a little blurry. That's on purpose because, again, we don't want any regular people to be caught up in this. We just want Phil. Phil got an answer for this. Why are you at a Mexican wedding reception paying for everything? Like, we got to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Does this make you a simp, Phil? Because I'm pretty sure you was doing that red pill, MGTOW, black man going his own way, which is really just gender warring against. Oh yeah, I forgot. Recollect. Thank you for commenting. Family, we gonna take a poll real quick. We got 100 people. We got over 100 people in the building. Do I just time out Recollect or do I ban Recollect? Which one y'all want? One, to just time him out because he's trolling right now, but he's normally not that bad. Or two, just ban him. Let me see. Because I forgot. We were supposed to take that poll because of what you did at the end of the stream yesterday. Yeah. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, definitely cringe. Yeah, let's get back to Mexicano Phil. Black women. I'm pretty sure you was on that. Does this make you a simp, Phil? Inquiring minds want to know. And people also want to know why you was lying to people all this time, saying that your wife was an Afro Latina. First you lied and said she was black. Then you switched it to Afro Latina. And then you got exposed. But people still kept rocking with you because I guess they don't care about the contradictions. They just liked your message for some reason. They probably felt you did a good job reporting the news. You was like an institution for the black community, even though you weren't. You were probably an institution for the fake pro-black YouTube online conscious community. Yeah, you probably was an institution for them. You were big. But I'm just here to ask the questions. And I'm just asking the questions the people want to know. Phil, what were you doing there? How much did that cost? Because we know you paid for everything. And are you going to change your stance about swirling? And are you going to apologize to all the black women you denigrated over the years? Exactly. Phil was bashing simps and all this. Because again, a lot of these red pill bozos, they was never really red pill. They have bastardized the red pill. A lot of these dudes just hated black women. That's it. They just hated black women. That's why all the things they complain about black women, all these dudes is in relationships with non-black women who have one or more of those traits that they was trying to convince people to not deal with black women for. Okay, Recollect, the ones have it, so we'll just put you on timeout. There we go. Yeah, the ones have it. Yeah, Phil went FBA. No, Pan-Africanism did make him rich. Remember, Phil's channel blew up the way it did, and he changed it from the name from the Advised Show to the African Diaspora News Network because the when he was doing the black stuff, he blew the African stuff, he blew up. Remember, Phil got connected with the Ethiopian government themselves. They used to bring Phil to Ethiopia. Phil used to promote Ethiopia. Like he was like an unofficial brand ambassador for Ethiopia. He got the bag. That 1 million subscribers that he got, and that like what was it? $250,000 Patreon? Like that Patreon that was like worth like what, $250,000 or $500,000 a month? And Phil was acting like he wasn't getting enough money and he was gonna quit if he didn't get more money, even though he had one of like the top 5 in percentages Patreons, bringing in the most money at the time. All that happened because of that Pan-Africanist stuff. He got rich doing it. He's just such a grifter and such a bozo that he just saw Tariq doing the FBA stuff. He saw that was hot in the streets, and he was like, you know what? Maybe I could get a little bit of money doing that. Because, you know, that's because Phil was getting that play both sides of the fence money. So he probably figured he could still do that. Because remember, when Phil first started, he was on the black women ain't shit, gender warring, you niggas is the real problem in the black community, white supremacy, white folks ain't that bad. And then he would also do the pro-black thing. He would go back and forth, and he would fence straddle. So that's what he tried to do with the FBA stuff, but it didn't work this time. It didn't work this time. Are you? Are you going to apologize to all the black women you have denigrated over the years? Are you going to do it? Inquiring minds want to know. Are you going? Yeah, the FBA money is going to dry up soon. And again, but Phil messed himself up. He messed himself up bad because he's not going to be able to go back to the African stuff. Because, like, again, like if you watch his African diaspora news channel, that channel is dying. It's effectively dead. He spends most of all his time on his Phil Scott channel now. And when he does, and when that African diaspora channel do some numbers, it's only because he's doing the FBA stuff. Nobody watches his channel no more for the African news or black news. That's out. And even then, when he does the FBA stuff, he can't even get a lot of traction on that channel still. Yeah, Phil is washed. I hope he saved some of that money, and I hope he invested it wisely. Yes, he attacked Jasmine Crockett. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Phil, total hypocrite. Just like Obsidian. Isn't Obsidian married to like a fat white woman or something like that? All these dudes, that's their whole MO. That's their whole get down. Oh, I don't know if he said that, but I wouldn't put it past him. Lee, I wouldn't even. I believe you. I'm about to go check that out, but yeah, I believe you. But anyway, can you send me the link to this when he said this, or just give me a time reference when he said something like this so I can look into that? Yeah, he been lying. He been lying. He been lying. He been lying. Yeah, Tabitha, could you send me that? Yeah, I would be much appreciated. Like, even if you can't send it to me, like, give me like a timestamp or a reference from that period of what you're talking about. But anyway, family, I gotta get up early tomorrow, so I gotta end this video here. Shout out to everybody who came through, who supported me. You know what to do. Make sure you liking the video, you sharing the video, you comment on the video, doing all that good stuff. If you want to support the stream, PayPal, Cash App, Super Thanks, Super Chat, all that. I take it all. Whole lot of ones beat a whole lot of nuns. And family, I do take requests too. So you can send me something on the Cash App if you don't want to be seen, because I know some people don't want to be seen. That's why they don't hit the Super Chat. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. You won't be seen. But I'll acknowledge you without saying your name or whatever, unless you want to get a shout out. And also, you can send money for requests to get me to do things for you, like, you know, like make videos, do commentary, reaction, whatever. We do it all over here, you know. And make sure you emailing me. My email is in the description box below. But anyway, yeah, let's give out the thanks. Shout out to East Coast Kev for coming through with the 5. Shout out to East Coast Kev for coming through with the 10, with the double up. Shout out to East Coast Kev for coming up with a triple up with another 5. Shout out to Justin March, my first moderator, for gifting 10 memberships. Family, if he gifted you a membership, you make sure you say thank you. And on top of that, keep that membership going. If If you feel it's too high, you can downgrade it, but you can also upgrade it. And again, if you got a membership and stuff like that, you can make requests. You can make requests. All that. That's what it's there for. Also, shout out to East Coast Kev for coming through with a 5 again. He talking about the Cavs losing. Somebody just said the Knicks beat the Cavs in overtime. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. You said he said the black man is the white man's best friend. Yeah. I can see that. But anyway, yeah, I'm ending this video. Have a good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever. And I'm ending this video. So on that note, family, peace. And make sure you subscribe to my channels. All my channels, my second channel, all that. Go to hit the description box below. Everything is there. On that note, family, peace.